Okay, you guys hearing me? I always need Aaron to do an audio check, you know. Aaron, you hear me? Okay, we're good. Gucci gang. Alright, yeah. So, shout out to Aaron, Bo, Devan, Nicholas, everybody in the chat, hitting them thumbs up, responding very quickly so I'll know if my audio working. So, thanks so much. We've been having a crazy session, a crazy run. So, let's just jump into seeing the charts. Okay, so just a quick look at the charts here. And we'll see. Bitcoin is around 57,000, but the real game is Ethereum is 2938. Now, I wish I could find the clip, and it's in one of my past videos where I said April is gonna be Ethereum month, there's gonna be insane run up in Ethereum. To be honest, that was mostly due to two factors: Coinbase IPO and also the Ethereum upgrade. The Ethereum upgrade happened. Hey Darius, what's up? The Ethereum upgrade did happen, but it didn't have EIP 1559 in it. And then it didn't have optimistic rollups in it. Sorry, not EIP 5559. That was July. But then Coinbase did happen. And just the Ethereum space is crazy. So if we just jump into this, let's take a look at this. It's an insane run up. What is the... If we look at the all-time high of Ethereum, I think we're right now at all-time high. We are literally watching the all-time high. Squaw! Okay, now this is an important chart. I always tell you all to watch this, so watch this chart. So if we were to like scrunch this down, right? The last time Ethereum had a trade value, the last time Ethereum had a trade value of 0.05, we're on 0.05. That was August 2018. August 2018 was the last time this value of Bitcoin could be traded for Ethereum. So to get a sense of what I mean, if we go on Bitcoin right now and we look under here, with 19 Ethereum, 19.6 Ethereum, you could buy one Bitcoin. Just for context, a month ago, you would take 40 ETH to buy one Bitcoin. So if we come here and we go in the Ethereum charts, scroll us here, I just watch this down here, 0.03, 0.024, 0.05, 0.024. So we double the tradable value for Bitcoin. So just understand this. We do two things. We went up in value in Ethereum, but Bitcoin also didn't pump. So in a sense, it was uncorrelated. So something interesting again to watch. Look, okay, I need to pull back this chart here. When Ethereum did cross, so I don't know if you guys remember or recall very well, but over here, Ethereum was at the 2K mark, right? But when it went to the 2K, Ethereum had dropped all the way down to like 1500. Let me see if I can get that chart going. So it went up to 2K and then it dropped. There was a big dip, 1400. So this run up here was Ethereum went to 2K and then it dipped all the way to 1400. I know a lot of you got some buys in at 1400. But what I'm saying is when this dropped here, Bitcoin was pumping in value. So this was February 20th. So that was the high. And then we had this low period here of Ethereum. Let's look at Bitcoin. And again, guys, this is the usual session. We look at the charts before we dive into the topic of the day. Okay, so we would see here, Bitcoin around that same time was 55, dipped as well, But before that, like say here, when it had that run up over here, Bitcoin run up, it was uncorrelated to ETH. So when ETH was dropping to 1400, Bitcoin went up. So it was, I think it was here. Bitcoin went all the way up to, I think it was actually 58k, because this graph not giving you the real value. Let me see if I can, if you go on TradingView, you'll probably get it. TradingView.com. And guys, if you want the actual charts for stuff, you should probably go on TradingView. Anybody have anybody understand what I'm saying, or don't understand what I'm saying? So here, right? Let me see if I can get two side-by-side charts going. TradingView. I just want to show you all something, because I believe the next time Bitcoin pumps, Ethereum is actually gonna dip. ETH USD. I don't want contracts. I just want ETH USD. Yeah, that should be fine. Right. So somewhere here, Bitcoin went up to, Ethereum went up to 2000, right? And when that was 19th of February. Where was this at 19th of February? 19th of February. 19th of February. Bitcoin was around 50,000. And then after that, guess what? It dropped all the way to 1400, right? 9th of February. But watch out this. This went up from here up to 57, 58. So holding both provide some diversification. That is correct. And and in some sense the uncorrelated. And the uncorrelated in terms of the pumps, but I'm saying that if you see Ethereum dropping, I have a strong belief that it's gonna pump into Bitcoin back. And then when Bitcoin starts back dropping, you'll see it pump back. Now when the entire market goes down, when Bitcoin and Ethereum drops, that means it's like a market problem, like the whole market dipping. But when you see, let's say when Bitcoin goes up, alts tend to go down. And when I say alts, I include Ethereum. But when Bitcoin is going down, you tend to see all the alts pumping. And that's kind of a sign. So if we look at this chart here, let's look at the Ethereum chart as a logarithmic chart here. You can see as a log chart, it's tracking perfectly upwards. It's kind of crazy. Straight through from March of 2020, that's a pretty linear. And I would recommend, I think I said it before, and Aaron, you could confirm with me if I had said this in one of my previous streams, that I always recommend something like a 50-50 Bitcoin Ethereum allocation. And if you want to take less risk, something more like a 60-40 or 70-30. And then if you want to be very risky, I would recommend like a 30-30 Bitcoin Ethereum, and then your last, 33-33, and your last 33 in something more risky, so altcoins. Right, so 30-70 is, I would call the least riskiest. 70 is Bitcoin, 30 is Ethereum. And as you go more and more risky, you just change that diversification. But yes, Nicholas, I'm saying it's very useful to own both because of the uncorrelated nature. And if we look at the chart itself, let's look at the overall market chart. So this is we're gonna be looking specifically at this, the dominance. So this is the percentage of the total market. And Ethereum is, Bitcoin is usually like 90% of the market, but you could see it's steadily declining right now. So Bitcoin is almost less than 50% of the market. Yeah. So you can see the lowest it has ever been was in 2018. It was 33. That means Bitcoin was 33% of the market. Right now it's 50% of the market, and I do believe we're going to be going through this here. The same staircase down, and I think Ethereum is going to do what it did before, which is it's going to be climbing upwards. And here's where we are in that climb. I'm going to take off other, because other is just all the other small currencies. So just look at this chart, see how that's going up there. and it almost like touches the hand, like how Jesus Christ was touching the Lord kind of thing. That painting, I know Michelangelo. You see this touching event? I think that's gonna happen here. So I think we have still a long way to go in the market. Let's look at the pie chart cycle. Not this chart, sorry. We go into this, but not this chart. Let's look at the stock to flow model. So usually yellow means we're midway around of the cycle. So watch yellow here, and you're usually halfway. I would say halfway. No, wow, no. You could still go a large way up. So this was 200 and it 5x up here, and then this was like 2500 and this like 8x. So we really need to see, but you could see we definitely in the yellow region here. Oh yeah, guys, if you could hit this video a like, that would be super useful. That would be like, it would be very helpful for the channel. Let's look at some other let's say indicators of the cycle. And these are indicators that have been around a while, and that's why we choose to kind of look at it. So if we look at it here, we would see, I would say we almost 3/4 way in the cycle still. It looks like that. Reset the axis. We're still looking at a top of 111 for Bitcoin, but who knows? And when I say Bitcoin is the historic one. So you have to kind of see, well, Ethereum could still 10x from here. It could probably 5x. I think it could definitely 3x. I think so. But you could see we have a lot of headroom here now to go back up. So we were so high in the Puel multiplier all the time. And anybody who do understand these charts, I did a whole video on these charts. Long story short, is whenever it's in this region, is a good time to sell. Whenever it's in this region, is a good time to buy. Although you should always be buying. I not selling any BitBoy dreams here. BitBoy, we're gonna say Ethereum to $1 million. That's what BitBoy gonna say. Let's look at some other charts here. And if any of you guys could write in the chat and let me know if you understand what I write in. I don't want to be talking about nonsense here. Okay, so the MVRZ score, which I think is a very useful tool, right? This lets you know basically the market cap versus the realized market cap. The realized market cap talks about the coins that have actually been sold. And you can see we're very low here, which means we kind of reset ourselves. And remember, we say once we're in this red region is a good time to sell. This was scary close. This was in February, and we've been declining. Like you could see, you have the declines here. So I would say now is just a great time to buy because the market, there's a lot of potential for upside on the market. I don't think it's gonna dip here and drop. Usually see there's this huge exponential drop off after all-time high on Bitcoin, and we're not seeing that. And you can see it's, if we look at this here, we're already trending back upwards. So again, my guesstimate based on this analysis here is that we're looking at probably a summer height. This could go to December. I'm not sure if it could go to December, but I will keep making the videos as much as possible, and you guys will keep saying if I'm bringing you value, and if it's not bringing you value, I'll stop making the videos. Okay, let's see. So you guys ready to go through the case study video? I just want like 2 thumbs up or something. So basically the idea for this video is that I'm gonna do a video almost like a reaction. So I'm gonna like look at somebody who went through this problem, play it and stop and pause and discuss what happened and how that is how you could be at risk and how you could reduce your risk. Okay, so let me see. I have the video pulled up here. Okay. Newcomer here. Do I watch your older videos, or can you link these pages? I could link these pages in the chat. I don't know, Iran. If you could find the video on the charts, you could link it in the chat for Rinku San. And thanks again, Rinku-san, for being a newcomer. Thanks for, enjoying this content and, coming to the channel. We're trying to grow our crypto channel, not on hype and, craziness, but about specifics and understanding how the crypto world works. And I don't want to sell dreams. I want to be as unbiased as possible. And if you feel it's good enough to share with any of your friends, I'll be very happy. And we're trying to build a great chat. Everybody here, very cordial and nice. Okay, so just a reminder, this video is of a guy. You can see he's on 400,000 subscribers, so he's not a small guy, but he plays CSGO. He makes a lot of money, and he had it in Bitcoin. And he had that money on Coinbase. So I've always referenced, and there's the wallet video as well. The wallet video explains the key term, which is not your keys, not your coins, right? And when you hold your crypto in something like Binance, Kraken, Coinbase, any of these custodial sites, I'm not seeing it in the chat, so I'm not sure if it's shared. Rinku's San, you seeing it? Let me see if I could find it. So I'll just pull it up here. And this is how easy it is to find my videos. I have lots of videos. So you can come here. So in my channel here, and you come into videos, you will see lots and lots of videos. So let's just go. It would be how to time the bull market. So come here. Copy. Okay, so I'm pasting it here, and you guys can tell me if you see it. Okay, cool. So that's a video on how to time the bull market. There's another video on crypto wallets. I highly recommend watching that video because it'll give you a sense of understanding where the crypto is held and how it's held and security. But this video, we're gonna see how this person ran into a risk. So I'm gonna play the video, and I will be stopping and pausing, but you guys could also go look up the video, Matt CS, if you wanna watch it yourself without me pausing and talking. So you guys tell me if you're hearing the video.
So about 3 weeks ago, something happened to me, which is pretty bad. As you can see by the title, someone stole about $30,000 from me in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So let's start off at the beginning of what happened. So basically, I got an email from a marketing agency, and I get those all the time. This was a marketing agency for a game, and the game was called Battlegrounds. It was supposedly some car building game where you build cars and then you're able to put them on the battleground and fight each other. Now, at this time, I didn't know that this was a fake email that I got, but I'll get back to that later. The reason I thought it was a great sponsor was because I was actually in the process of making a video about PUBG.
Okay, so the first thing I would say is anytime you get emails from somebody, always make sure the email address lines up with the domain of the company you're doing business with. Always make sure of that. Second, I recommend having a separate email address to do crypto related business. Don't have it in one all email address to do everything. Have one crypto email address where you handle your crypto business, and then you could forward the emails from that crypto email to your main email in case you want to find that information. That's a recommendation from me.
At the time, but player unknown Battlegrounds, and their game was called Battlegrounds, so I thought, hey, it's actually pretty cool. So I decided to talk with them on Telegram. Now, usually I talk on Discord and Skype for business stuff, and that's the first red flag. Telegram is like some sort of private.
So Aaron is right. Yeah, try to use you don't have to use the handle with your name. You could use a separate like email address handled like the crypto guy, just something anonymous so people don't know your name. Also, you would have heard this guy. He mentioned that the guy asked him to use Telegram. Telegram right now is known for being filled with scams, pyramid schemes. Just to be honest, I stay away from Telegram. I rather use Signal. Signal is a private messaging, encrypted messaging service that is better than WhatsApp. But Telegram should be the same thing, but I find it's a little more suspicious. Aaron is right. Proton email is a good email. I believe they do encrypted emails as well.
chat messaging thing that's off grid or whatever. I'm not entirely sure, but I usually use Discord or Skype. Now, don't make fun of me for using Skype because it's just what the people use for business. Anyway, their game called Battlegrounds wasn't a real game. The game on Steam is actually called Crossout, and they just copied the whole thing and made it look like it was their own game. And I ended up talking with them on Telegram about a price, and we got down to a price. Now, you can know my usual price for a pre-roll is about $850. That's for 30 seconds, and for a minute, it's like $1,500. So we got down to a price, which was great. I was happy. I was just wondering what the game is like. So before I promote this product, I obviously want to make sure that it's good and that whatever I'm promoting is actually a solid product for you, my viewer. So I go ahead and I download the game and I install it.
Okay, so another quick tip I'm gonna give you here. I recommend having almost a computer just to do your crypto related business. So I do most of my crypto related business on a MacBook. So this is separate from my Windows device where I send most of my emails and business stuff. And then also have a hardware wallet on top of that. But the idea is you don't want to be doing everything in one centralized system, because if something was to infect your system, they could monitor everything you're doing. And he's going to go about, they install a rat in a system, a radio access terminal, and they could have seen everything going on his computer. But if he had a separate computer to do his gaming related business than his crypto related business, he would be a little more safe.
And I install it. Little do I know, my naive mind just doesn't check that there's actually a spelling error in the URL of the website. There's a spelling error. How did I not see that? Anyway, I download the game, I install it thinking it's all legit because I had asked them, right?
Always, I can't stress that enough. Look at domains, look at the email, look at if the secure icon is there. That just means you have SSL. SSL only protects you from other people seeing your information. But if the person who's contacting you is already illegal, SSL wouldn't protect you. When I say illegal, doing illegal scams. So you need to make sure that domain is very difficult to spoof a domain. So nobody's going to take google.com and scam you. They're going to do Google, but instead of an L is a 1. So Goo1E. So you have to look out for that. So an example I'm going to type in chat is not google.com. Google. It would be something like G1E. Oh God. Yeah. So you have to constantly be looking out for these kind of scams. You will see them in your email all the time. If you go on Facebook and you are liking, let's say, crypto related stuff, or you see something that interested on crypto and you react, people could go through those likes and find your comment. Because they find your user account on Facebook, they could find your email address, and then they will be forwarding you emails. And then you click on one. I had friends who messaged me and said they see Ethereum was given away. The founder of Ethereum was giving away Ethereum. You send Ethereum and they'll send you back. So you always need to know that those are things that are scams. Don't worry, we are at the start. So just to give you a rundown, Darius, essentially this guy, a marketing agency reached out to him to be a sponsor for his gaming channel, for his YouTube channel. He has a CSGO channel, and he says okay to it, but it seems to be a scam. The domain name they send him for the website to download is not correct.
I had asked them if I can see pre-rolls they had done with other YouTubers, and they send me them. So I'm like, oh, well, they've worked with other people before. This must be good. I am downloading the game, and
that's called a call to authenticity, I believe. Call to authority. So because he saw other people doing business with them, they have to be legit. But that's just another scam. That would be like if you see somebody doing business with a company, because your friends did business with them, you believe by authority they're smart, so they wouldn't be scammed, so I wouldn't be scammed. It's important to do your own due diligence. And that's why I always say, and Aaron could back me up on this in the chat, I always say do your own research. I am giving you a first point contact to the information, but I always recommend doing your own research.
Well, it was a fake installer, and what they did was they put a rat on my computer when I installed it. A rat is a remote access tool, and as it says in the name, They had remote access to my computer from another computer. It's like
So they basically have like team viewer, and they could literally just see everything information going on. So it doesn't always have to be team viewer. It could be just keyboard strokes. They could monitor anytime you copy and paste information. So it's just important to understand that once this thing has infected, they could just see everything that's going on.
TeamViewer if you've ever used it. So at this point, I didn't know that it was a virus. The installer just didn't work for me, and I let them know that the installer didn't work. The fucked up thing was, it actually installed PUBG Lite of all.
So just think about this now. The person tell him they're gonna give him Battlegrounds, and then it was supposed to be a game called what was the name of the game? Crossout. And then when he download the installer, he get PUBG, and he would know if he was working with PUBG. So that is you could almost consider red flags upon red flags upon red flags. But you only realize this in retrospect. So the idea of going through this with you is you could get an idea of what things to look out for, so you see the red flags.
It must be good. I ended up downloading the game, and well, it was a fake installer. And what they did was they put a rat on my computer when I installed it. A rat.
So essentially what happens is they pre-package whatever he's downloaded with PUBG plus the rat. So in your head, you say, okay, well, it wasn't exactly what I was supposed to download, but I did get PUBG. But on next to the PUBG, when you install that PUBG, it comes with that rat.
Rat is a remote access tool, and as it didn't work. The fucked up thing was, it actually installed PUBG Lite of all games on my computer. And I reported back to them, well, this isn't working, and it installed a different game for me, so it was already sketched out. But I didn't think anything of it, right? I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was just broken, and I let them know that it was.
So he has the PUBG and the rat, but when he tries to play PUBG, it's not working. Another red flag. So just to review the red flags. Fake company reach out to him with a sketchy email address. On top of the sketchy email address, they sent him a game called Crossout to play, and then he got PUBG, and then when he downloaded it didn't work. I just trying to show you the red flags. And it doesn't have to be like this. It could just be that you end up downloading, let's say, a torrent for a movie or a crack for a video game, and then a rat on your computer. So don't think that this is exactly, or you're not going to get reached out by a marketing agency. I want you to be thinking that these things could possibly infect your PC.
So I actually ended up playing a game of PUBG Lite because it installed. I don't know why I did that, but I just like Battle Royale games and all. And I'll tell some more about that later. But then 3 days or 4 days pass, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll get it fixed and get back to you when this download or installer is actually working. At this time, 3 days later, they had been monitoring my computer for 3 or 4 days or something. So what they can do is basically anything. Everything I do on this computer, they had access to, or they saw what I did. And they obviously gathered informations of accounts I was using, under which was my Coinbase account.
So they possibly sent him this information not knowing he had a Coinbase account. So the idea is they're going to just build a profile on you. What do you do on your computer? What do you use on your computer? So they're looking at possible points of attack. Maybe they could give him entry into somebody else's organization. Maybe they could get into his YouTube account. Maybe they could get into his Twitter and promote a fake scam. Ooh, look, Coinbase. So now they're building points of entry into different let's say possible attacks.
If you're not familiar with Coinbase, Coinbase is a website or an app where you can super easily send crypto, trade crypto, and use your bank and your PayPal and stuff with cryptocurrency. It's made super easy. Now, I was just holding my money in Coinbase, and I wasn't keeping it secure anywhere else. I didn't use a hardware wallet, and
so just to note that, again, he wasn't using a hardware wallet, and I know a couple of you guys don't use hardware wallets. Now, I understand if you're actively trading and you plan to get in and out of coins, you're not going to hold it on a hardware wallet. But if you have a certain amount of, let's say, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and you're not going to be trading it, don't hold it on Coinbase, don't hold it on Binance, don't hold it on Kraken. Pull that out, put it on a hardware wallet. At the least, hold it on a mobile software hot wallet. Again, I linked to the wallets video where I explain that. But own the keys in which you're using the coins. Actually, Darius, you do have a wallet because you have a MetaMask wallet. And you did write down the keys. But your wallet empty.
As I said before, I've learned a lot. So those are some things that I learned to keep my security up a level, because that was just stupid. I was just holding it in that account. And what they did was, on the morning of the attack, I was just playing some Warzone, just some Call of Duty Warzone, and I get the message on my phone. And the message on my phone said, "Your Coinbase password has changed. If you did not initiate this change, click here to lock your account." I was
Okay, so this is like immediate. As you see something like this, you immediately want to be in contact with Coinbase. You want to cancel everything. You want to make sure and click that link and cancel it. But you need to make sure the message comes from Coinbase and not some random website saying, put in your login credentials. So you want to make sure, okay, it came from Coinbase. This is where I get my verification codes from. Okay, cool. Somebody click this link to reset your password. You want to make sure that you have proper security. Now, if I'm correct, they should give you access to like a master key and a two-factor authentication token. So you want to make sure you have all of that set up. Now, just to understand, you know how you usually get your 6-digit PIN on your phone to enter? They didn't need his 6-digit PIN because guess what? You know how like when you're using your browser, you select trust this browser. You can't trust yourself because they're going to do the transaction on your computer. They don't need the 6-digit PIN on your computer because they can log in through your computer.
shocked. I was so shocked, and the levels of cortisol going through my body at this point were insane. I felt so devastated, so panicked, but at the same time, I did kind of feel alive. I'm not going to lie. So kind of a weird feeling. It's a super weird feeling. Anyway, I was super panicking, and I click on the link that
The adrenaline that's rushed through your body is the heart attack feeling when you're in a fet and you tap your pockets and you don't feel your phone or your wallet. That's how it feels.
They send me where I can lock my account. I try and do this, but I'm shaking. So the SMS they sent me to lock my account, I mistype it and I click submit. So I have to wait 10 minutes for another SMS.
Okay, this is just pure stupidity. I don't know how you just click the wrong thing to reset, to stop the password reset. Like, I really don't understand how you could be this stupid. So this is all on him for that one.
Now this time passes, and this is probably enough time for the hackers to withdraw all the funds to their accounts, which they did. And I do have a two-factor authenticator on my phone that I use to log in on these services.
So he has the two-factor authentication, but as you're going to find out, because they're using a remote access tool, the RAT, they just sending everything through his browser. So I would also recommend not trusting your own browser on the computer you're doing the business on.
But on Coinbase, you have an option that says, remember my account or log in for 30 days, which was ticked. Basically, they had access to my computer, so they can just log in and use that cookie that I had enabled on my browser for logging in for 30 days. So they didn't need my 2FA to log in. For any of you wondering how they...
Now, I would recommend not using two-factor authentication via SMS because there are things called SIM swaps and ways to spoof SIM cards so they could collect your PIN. So you really want to be using the two-factor authenticator app where you could scan and it would generate one every 30 seconds, and try not to use one where they send a SMS. With Kraken, you have to use a separate two-factor authentication for withdrawing funds, like OT. Right, but it's possible. I'm not sure if Kraken has it as always, but it's possible you have something like trust this browser. So just ensure you never click trust this browser, and you have to type in that two-factor every single time.
They got into my account and stuff. So at this point of me messing up the code that I got for my Coinbase, I'm like, well, my money is lost.
You have to the trust yourself meme. Can't trust yourself meme. That's what the guy holding the gun to his head. This is how you need to be in crypto. You can't trust yourself, right? So you just can't be doing things like having let's say trust this browser. Yeah, you have to put in everything every single time because the risk's not worth it.
My money is just lost. I have accepted that, but this is not where it ends, right? This is not where it ends because I have a website that you guys might know of, which is betrefs.gg. And yes, we did change from .com to .gg. What they did was they made a fake website called betrefs.us. It is just a fake website. Just don't visit it. I don't know if it's still up, but don't visit it. They got a hold of our Twitter because I had logged in to the Betrefs Twitter.
So they figure out that he's somebody popular, probably because they targeted him, and now they have his password. So they're gonna want to take that and create a fake website where people will put in either crypto or money and steal other people's money.
In the days they were monitoring. So they logged into my Twitter on the Betrefs account and they tweeted out this fake website.
Now, how to log into his Twitter? He probably uses the same password on all profiles. So please use different passwords on different websites. I wouldn't even recommend using Google Chrome's automated suggested passwords. Create your own password for every website. And if you're struggling to make a password, come up with a phrase like "I like potatoes during the night." Try to make it at least 20 characters. The more characters, the more difficult it is. Try to put capitals at the start, like camel case, so it's difficult for brute force. And put a number and a special character like a @ sign or a question mark at the end. Yeah, don't use the same password for everything because they basically got his Coinbase account, but they got access to every single thing.
Site betrefs.us trying to target you, my audience. That just sucks because targeting me, that's one thing, but targeting the people that support me, that's just messed up. That's really messed up. So
I'm not saying Google authentication passwords bad, but I just say there's a risk. So understand. Maybe it's a less risk to probably have your your Netflix passwords, but things like Coinbase, you really don't want to have it having that inside some kind of database.
They tweeted it out and we got a hold of it right away. We deleted the tweet in an instant and got all the credentials.
The reason is because if you go into Google Chrome and you search your passwords and you click the show symbol, you could see all the passwords. If somebody put a remote access tool on your computer, they could just find all your passwords.
Of the Twitter changed right away. Hopefully no one actually clicked on it, but this is the measurements they took of the heist or the cyber attack. So they must have known who I am or what I do or something like in the CSGO scene. So I don't know. They faked the Betrefs website, which isn't cool. So also something they did was they flagged in my email, my main email, they flagged emails coming in from important things.
Okay, so this is even crazier. So what the hackers did when they went into his email address is they actually coded or put in a script so that whenever he gets emails from important websites like Coinbase or Kraken or whatever, to automatically delete it and then delete it from the deleted email so he would never even see the email
that I had to log into to be automatically deleted. So they set up a filter where every email that I got from an important thing that I logged into would automatically be sent to my deleted folder, and from there they would automatically delete it. So for my Coinbase, I thought I was actually email swapped. So I thought it wasn't linked to my original email anymore, but in reality, they just had every email come in. They had every email deleted right away that had Coinbase in the name. They flagged it automatically deleted. So I didn't know that for 2 days, and I thought it was email swap, which has sucked. So that's
and this is why it's also good to have, like, let's say, an email address and then a forwarder email address. So let's say you have it on Proton email and then you forward it to your Gmail. Even if they get it in Proton, it would probably forward it to Gmail already, so that you have a copy of it on another email address.
Basically what happened with the attack. I ended up losing about $25,000 or $30,000, probably $30,000 now because the price of crypto went up, but I ended up losing it. But what I learned from this is that it's funny because
this guy have the right mindset, so this is something you need to listen to.
I always say, like, money is a mindset, and it really clicked to me. Like, this is a very expensive life lesson because obviously now I've learned that I have to secure my stuff better and that I should take more precautions of cybersecurity, and I have now, so that's great. But also something I've learned is that when I had this money in my account, it made me sort of lazy because just having this money saved like keeps you from actually propelling forward in your career or like wanting to make more money because you already have this amount of money saved. So it didn't really make me want to make more money, I guess. And that sort of held me hostage. And when I lost everything, I really felt the drive to make money again and work on stuff that I love doing. So in a way, it was really freeing. I could be really sad about me losing the money, right? That could be one thing. I could be super sad. And I mean, I was just a little bit sad about losing the money, but what I was more annoyed about was that they had access to my computer without me knowing it. And it's as if someone broke into your house, took your TV, left, and didn't touch anything else, just your TV. You didn't know when it happened, why it happened, and how it happened. And you're just trying to figure it out. So, yeah, that's just super annoying. And
Okay, so essentially what he was saying there is that if you have like a money mindset, you'll always make back the money. So you need to stop. You need to, if you do lose the crypto, I've already lost crypto already. I have lost over one ETH in a hack. It's all right, but you need to keep moving forward and realize it's a life lesson, and it's an expensive life lesson. So I'll pull back some beats in the background, and could probably move back into intermission mode now, and yeah, I'll do some answering some questions, see what you guys think. Was that helpful, by the way? Was that like useful information? Because I don't want to waste you guys your time, so I want to know that this information was eye-opening, or you see something new. Okay, yeah. Because I know a lot of you are gonna have crypto on custodial websites for the mere fact that you want to trade, and that's fine, but just understand the risk. So the procedure, if you find a rat on your computer, to me, is to wipe the computer. Wipe it. Get all your files and your folders out and wipe it. Okay, thanks. So Devan say useful. I know the new guy, Rinku-san. I don't know if this was useful. My trust issues has never been higher. Yeah, ding. I know how you like would feel, because like I just feel like anytime I touch crypto, I need to spend hours beforehand prepping to do what I want to do, so I don't make a mistake. Every time I copy an address, I want to read every character and make sure the address is right, or make sure the number is right, make sure when I send it, it's on the blockchain. I see it show up in the blockchain. Every single step I monitor, and it might seem like crypto is very safe, and it usually is, in the sense that people can't hack into your wallet address itself, but just maneuvering those things, you have to be very careful, especially with custodial accounts. Mainly using Binance to store stuff, but wasn't taking too much precaution about definitely looking to getting a hardware wallet ASAP. Yeah, definitely look into the different precautions. Possibly get a different computer, maybe a cheap PC, maybe just get a Raspberry Pi that is very, very small, and that you could just hook up a mouse and keyboard to, and then you just log in and do your stuff on your Raspberry Pi, and you could just wipe that easily. A Raspberry Pi is what, 40 US? So if we move over back to my screen, let me go back to the video screen. Go on a Raspberry Pi computer. Right? If you get like a Raspberry Pi 3, you can basically connect it up, connect a mouse and keyboard, and you're good. Do your business on that. was look, a Raspberry Pi computer. That's what you're looking at. You have your browser, you have a mouse, you have your keyboard. Why not? And then you could wipe it really easily. You could make a Trezor with a Raspberry Pi. I've done it already. Yeah. So the good thing of if you do it on a Raspberry Pi, you know how easy it is to wipe a Raspberry Pi. So this would be, I would say, something you should consider of doing all your crypto operations probably on a whole separate computer, and that you could just wipe easily. But the idea here is just to open your eyes to the different precautions you need to be taking all the time. Alright, well, now it's questions time. So if you guys have any questions, I answered Darius' questions, which was what to do if you have a rat and it's definitely wiping your computer. Jacob, yes, you definitely want to see if you can access a hardware wallet. The hardware wallet is more like when you're gonna keep your crypto that you're not touching, you're not moving. So that's definitely the goal. And if anything, I could possibly look at doing that project Iran recommended there and show you all how to make a Trezor wallet from a Raspberry Pi in case you guys can't afford one or you can't get one shipped down here. Get a Raspberry Pi, make one from it, open source, although you're running the risk with the Raspberry Pi, but it is what it is. Well, time to wipe. How would you even scan your PC for a rat? Well, that really comes down to the different antivirus softwares you run. So what the antivirus software would do is they would have a list of different .exes that's similar to a rat and accesses certain permissions and stuff in the computer. And then you would it would say this is a suspicious software. So you would need to have a good antivirus. I don't think 30 days is enough in Iran. What is Trezor? So I don't know if Darius was in any of our wallet streams, but the Trezor wallet, that is the wallet I recommend because I've used it. There's also the Keep Key. There's what do you call this one? The one that's like a flash drive. But this is the one I use, the Trezor one. I recommend it. It's been around since I think 2013. But you could also do Trezor wallet Pi, essentially, and you could build one from a Raspberry Pi. Yeah. So this here, the same thing you could do here, you should be able to do it here. And it could be a project where I build one and you know maybe give it away, like, you know, build like 5 and give it away to the audience or something. Yeah, so Crix, we're saying that this is the software here, this is the actual thing, but we're saying the software, the Trezor software is open source, which means it's available on GitHub, and we could make our own Trezor if we wanted. And I was saying I could probably like make one and give it away. But to be honest, again, I give you all a next recommendation. If I was to build it and give you all it, you would have to make sure it's wiped properly, because what if I have almost a rat in that to get access to the private keys or etc. So the idea is you need to be very, very careful with these projects and these products. These are different people trying to create a Raspberry Pi Trezor. This is the hash rate. Terrible hash rate, but yeah. This is how this one looks here, yeah. Bruh, I know where you live. Next thing the man have your seed keys. So something that somebody actually did before is they got at somebody's treasure before it reached their house. They opened it up and actually created the seed keys, wrote it down on a piece of paper, and then had wrote out a manual to say the seed keys are already created. Use the seed keys here, and the person stored all their crypto on it. And then when the person was ready, they just pulled all. So you always want to be generating your own seed keys on the Trezor. And I would never give somebody what seed keys generated. You want to generate those seed keys yourself. Probably generate like 10 or 12 and then, I mean like 5 different seed keys and then choose one of them. Just in case you think like I say now I'm writing on seed keys. Because you could keep generating seed keys over and over. Yeah, there's basically what you could call a near infinite amount of seed keys. Any more good questions? Because this is a kind of cybersecurity safety, I guess, session here. So if you guys have any topics that you feel I could be helpful on in terms of what you think is potentially an attack. One of the attacks I know that's been prevalent before is, let's say you go to our website, right? Let's just go to our block explorer. Let's go to the latest transaction, right? Okay. Okay, so this is a address here, right? So let's just copy this address. So we copy this address, right? And paste it. And a hack that used to exist was somebody would generate a list of addresses that are very close. So maybe they have like the last letters similar, the first letters similar, and then they would swap out that address in your copy and paste clipboard. And you would notice that when you copied and pasted, a different address was pasted, but it was close enough. And therefore, when you sent it, you couldn't retrieve it after sending it. So it's very important when you copy and paste address after you recheck it and ensure you get the exact same address that you sent. Oh crap! Thanks, Aaron. I didn't share the screen. Right. So on top here, let me just put it on a notepad. Right, so you have our address here, and I'm saying, like, imagine let's say we copy this and we paste it, but in the middle here it's like different letters, right? Now to your eyes this look like the same thing, right? But it's actually different. So then you copy and paste and send it to this address. They own the keys to this address. But from just a quick glance, it looked like the same. You watch, okay, GAX40W, you send it. But they have a completely different address, and then they steal your crypto. So whenever you copy and paste, just ensure that it's the right thing. Because if there was some virus that was swapping addresses on your PC, you wanna be very careful of that. You want to be able to come here and do this. So this is why I always like use like a notepad, and like I'm like, okay, GAXPHVWQQSN9DOCQVWJ. I do that. Is it easy to generate an address with a particular prefix or suffix? It is not easy. There's no deterministic way to do it. So what they would do is brute force create, like, let's say 10,000 addresses. And then from those 10,000 addresses, a certain percentage of them would have similar characters in terms of prefix and suffix. But they own the keys to them. And then from that, they would use it for swapping. Remember, there's near infinite amount of addresses, so they can't create keys for every single address in existence. But they could create enough such that, like say, a prefix and a suffix are similar. Just having 2 letters in the start, like W, F, and 1 G, A, could help. Now, as you try to go further and further in, it gets significantly more difficult to do. But I'm just saying, yeah. Possibility, crazy. The fact that people do this is crazy. Yeah. I'll switch back to my intermission screen. And again, thanks Aaron for just pointing out the whenever not on the screen, because sometimes I just go to explaining, pull up the board. I know Kyle would have been very happy to be here and ask questions. And Kyle, I hope when you watch this video, feel free to send messages and ask questions on the chat, and I'll try to answer them. Oh yeah, guys, don't forget to like the video. Please hit subscribe if you feel I bring value to this. We almost I think 2,500. 2,500 is a nice milestone. It means we are quarter way to 10K, and we want to see if we can get this channel to 10K. Well, think about it, Nicholas. Commitment makes sense because there's an immediate financial incentive. They could essentially get a whole Bitcoin off of a person. 10 Bitcoins, 20 Bitcoins. So and all you have to do is have this just sitting down there. Somebody copy and paste it by accident, and then boom, you get them. So, you want to be very careful. The commitment pays off for the hackers. Ooh, music just blow out there. Okay, well, we are approaching the 1 hour mark. I don't know if you have any more questions. I'll try to answer them as best as possible. But I've been so happy that you guys are active in the chat. You're messaging me. I'm considering putting up a Discord so that it might be an easier way to manage questions and answers and people who join in. Maybe you don't want people to get your WhatsApp number. So if you guys are interested in a Discord specific for Crypto Corner, just let me know, and I'll try to put it together. I mean, I have a few Discord servers, so it's possible I can put it as a channel. I could create a whole Discord for it, so just depends. Would you should have a Varun versus scammer? Well, the problem is where we're gonna find this scammer. We could talk to Darius because it seems like he's constantly getting rats and scams. I actually picked up a Nintendo Switch yesterday, so now I finally have a way to play some games. Yeah. Portion, check your comments. Yeah, guys, definitely put it in the comments that you guys want like a Discord or something, because it's possible having a Discord where you can access information might be easier than WhatsApp. And then again, I'm also debating if people on the WhatsApp want their information accessed by other people. So that's what I try to consider all the time. But Carver, pass. This seems like a new person. Doge Father, BSC is the new Dogecoin. Enjoy the ride. Honestly, Dogecoin is a wild ride. So I think thanks Devani. Maybe I should create the Discord fit. Doge is an interesting coin. Is interested in that. Is one of those things where I don't think you could really hodl Dogecoin because of how the printing or the minting of Dogecoin is done. So it might actually work as a currency in a sense because of the inflation rate. So it's interesting. Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully. I'll loan right now in Ireland, so, you might need things to do. I might be switching, like staying by a friend, so my next session will be a different background. We'll see. Anyway, guys, it's been an hour. I don't want to take this on for too long. We have new people in the chat. Thank you so much for coming out. hit this video a like if you think it brought you value. Hit a subscribe if you feel it brought more value. Hit it a share if you think there's somebody who needs to know the cybersecurity information. I genuinely appreciate every single comment, chat, like, and I'll always try to help you guys out. So stay safe and keep in the crypto world. Good night.